even if you can't help just being kind about it, or even if you don't have the right tools, or if you don't have the right, advice, or you don't have, whatever it is that you need to help that person, you can at least be kind.
Yeah.
Take the time, spend with them. And very, very exciting episode tonight, guys. We went into a lot of awesome topics. Started off with our first sponsor on the show. Very exciting news, big things going on here. We have some offers for you guys to take advantage of.
We went over the T-shirt giveaway of the first ever Everyday Hustle shirt that we made. So if you want to find out who won that, stay tuned to the episode.
We also talked about Drew getting a flat tire in his truck and how shitty the human race and existence actually can be sometimes. And we talked about the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which I most definitely read.
Welcome to the Everyday Hustle Show, where we're figuring it out together over time. On the show, we'll be giving you the tools you need to take your career and life to the next level. So get ready for interviews and topics that will give you a competitive edge against the shuffle we call life. Sure, we might get into some heavy topics, but we also like to laugh and have a fun time too. Are you ready for the show? Here's your hosts, Jesse, Andrew, and Christian.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to the 32nd recorded episode of the Everyday Hustle Show. I am Andrew, and we have, to my left,
No, it's Andrew's left, dude. That's you.
Oh, he's to my right. Jesse.
and to my right, we have...
Yo, it's Christian. What's going on?
All right, we got an exciting episode planned for everyone tonight. First off, big news. This episode is brought to you in part by D Squared Media.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yo.
Our first official sponsor of the podcast, guys. Very exciting. D Squared Media specializes in creative design,
Get it.
internet marketing,
Get it.
web design,
Get it.
and small business branding.
Yep.
All right. So in a lot of what we do is all about, branding yourself, building your personal brand. So, whether it's you want to design a website, whether it's you have a small business and you want to bring, a fresh new brand to that business, whether it's you want to develop a website, business cards, logos, whatever you need, D Squared Media can bring that to you guys. The website is dsquaredmedia.net. dsquaredmedia.net. All the contact information is on that website.
Yep.
And you just have to say that, the Everyday Hustle Show, or I'm an Everyday Hustle Show listener, and you'll receive 10% off of your total ticketed price, whatever it is. So, I mean, you could potentially save hundreds, Chris.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Thousands.
Potentially even thousands. If you're going to spend $10,000 and up,
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
No, man.
All right. So,
Damn, that's awesome.
and just to let you guys know, the owner of that company will actually be on our podcast next week.
Yep.
To introduce himself, tell you guys a little bit about the company, the background of it, what they do, and how they'd be able to help elevate your business or your brand to the next level. So that's something exciting to look forward to as well.
That's freaking awesome.
Okay, so next, very, very exciting. We're about to give away our T-shirt.
So
hold on. Let's go live on
T-shirt.
Facebook.
Get
Jesse,
it.
can you keep the crowd entertained while I get the phone going?
Yeah, man. So, Christian, what's happening with you?
Yo, it's another week, man. Another good week. Solid week, man.
Solid.
Oh, this week, actually, I replaced my first condenser fan motor
In your
ever.
truck?
No.
You
My
fucking
truck
piece
is
of
still,
shit.
yeah, it's still fucked up. But the condenser fan motor swap was successful, so that was awesome.
How does it make you feel?
Good. Like I'm supposed to be where I'm working. So
That's good.
yeah, it was cool.
All right. Can one of you guys check your phone just to confirm that we're live on Facebook? Just check your notifications.
Go ahead, Chris.
I didn't get no notification.
I don't get notifications on
Oh, yeah. We're live.
Facebook.
It's working?
Okay.
Yeah, you're live.
So we're live. All right. So we're live on Facebook. We're going to do the T-shirt giveaway.
First ever T-shirt.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the drawing. And maybe Christian, you can just go ahead and kind of tell the crowd what we did here
Okay.
and how we're doing the drawing, and how we're going to get the winner their shirt.
All right, so we got a bunch of people that shared. Thanks to, excuse me, thanks to everyone who shared, liked the post, and supported. So basically, what we did for the drawing, we did it old school. We wrote down everyone's name that shared, and literally just ripped up the, paper so that way we have a bunch of little pieces. And now Andrew is putting
So
it
basically,
into
it's guaranteed to not be rigged.
guaranteed. Yeah, no, no technical errors here. So
I didn't see how these names were prepared, so I beg to differ.
they could all be
fellas.
the same name. So Andrew has his hat.
Why not?
You're just shuffling,
Dude,
dude.
I wanted to friggin' pick it.
So Andrew has his hat right now with all the names in the hat. Oh, one fell out. Uh-oh. Put it back in. All right.
Be
so
fair, dude. Put it
Be
back.
fair. All right. So we got all the names in the hat. Andrew is swishing everything around, making sure that it is fair.
All right, so who wants to do the honors?
Jesse.
Jesse?
Jesse.
All right, Jesse's going to pick the winner.
Let's let baby Jess. All right,
We got the
everybody.
winner. Who
I got
is
the
it?
winner. Ray A.
Oh, who's Ray?
Who's
So that's
Ray A? Alina?
that's Raymond Alina from New Jersey.
Nice. Congratulations, Ray.
So Ray, next time you drive down to Florida, feel
No,
free to
dude.
pick it. No, I'm
We're
just kidding,
shipping.
dude. Obviously, dude.
I get-
was just trying to be like, you know what, Ray? Fuck you. Thanks for listening, dude. You know what
I
I'm
see what you
saying?
did there. I see what you did. Awesome. So Ray officially won the first ever Everyday Hustle shirt.
You know, it is kind of ironic that one of Drew's high school buddies.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Heather, we're sorry.
I'm very sorry to announce that you lost.
Heather's
Raymond won.
freaking
Ray A is the winner. Heather, I'm very, very sorry. But
up with Ray.
listen, you're one of our longtime listeners, one of our biggest fans, so we're still going to do something special for you.
Yeah.
No.
Congrats, Ray. That's awesome. And it is not rigged.
I think it's rigged.
Oh, Jesse still thinks it's rigged. He's a
I'm
part
not
of the conspiracy.
convinced. You know,
Why? Because this is one of
it's a
Drew's
Jersey guy. Yeah.
one of Drew's friends.
Yeah. You know.
Tune into the episode.
Oh, so maybe we got to check the hat.
Yeah. Let me see that hat, just to make things fair. You know. Next one I pick is
Everyone in there is Ray.
Nah. You know what? Here's my mom's name.
Shout out to Bonnie. Bonita.
Shout out to Bonita.
Bonita.
Bonnie D. All right, Mom. I just want to say that I freaking love you.
Oh,
You're great, Mom.
That's so sweet.
Okay, so congratulations, Ray. I'll reach out to you. We'll get your address. Did this microphone move?
Yeah.
I
You
moved it back
with-
because it was back and it was pointing at this freaking.
Your
Wow,
chariot is
so-
out of the way.
Tighten up, bud.
All right, so Ray will get you the T-shirt mailed out. Congratulations. I hope you have enjoyed listening to the show and have gotten something out of it. And to everyone who unfortunately did not win the shirt, that's bad news, but we also have good news. Chris, tell them about the good news.
You can still actually get the shirts. Andrew's got all of that on his website, and Andrew actually is working on some other items too to put out. So there will be plenty of other ways to support the podcast, and then I'm sure we'll do more raffles down the road too.
Exactly. So I've been putting up some products on the store. We have the T-shirt that we gave away. We have two renditions of that. We have a black and a white, which is the logo on the front, and then all hustle, no luck on the back. And then we have a few other T-shirts that I actually just designed, and then they're just on the front. And I'm learning about this whole process and everything as we go along. Obviously, if you're putting a design on just the front, it's much more affordable for the actual shirt itself. So two different options for the shirts, just the print on the front, or we got the logo on the front, print on the back. It's like $15 and $20. So if you want to show some support, it would be greatly appreciated. The selling of the shirts is going to allow us to hopefully just pay for the hosting and some basic expenses of the podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and then we bring a sponsor on, to hopefully bring the listeners some more value. You don't have to be local here in Florida to use, that sponsorship. It's an internet, design company. So anyone who has a small business and a website can use it anywhere in the country.
Beautiful.
And then there's also some mugs, Me and Christian just designed a mug. Jesse's looking on the desk for the mug. No, it's not on the desk.
No, I'm looking at your levels.
Am I good or am I peeking out?
You're good.
You're mumbling. So.
You're good, man.
So there's a mug as well.
For all the coffee drinkers.
So if you want to show a little bit of love, the mug's like $10.
Yep. All the coffee.
What do you think
drinkers
about that,
there.
Jess?
I think it's good. People need mugs.
Yeah.
People, they drink stuff, so they're definitely gonna need mugs in their lives.
I titled the mug on the page "Caffeine Addict."
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because I definitely am one of those.
That's me too.
I am,
actually.
but just not in the form of coffee. But you can drink anything out of a mug.
That's
You
true.
can drink friggin' lemonade. You can
This
drink
is true.
friggin' Monster. I don't know who would do that, but you can do it.
This is true.
Do it.
So to check out the merch that we have available, it's my website, which is www.andrewnice.com. Click on shop, and you'll see all the T-shirts. I also put up a women's shirt today.
Oh.
That's for some reason the women's shirts are a little more pricier, than the regular male shirt, which is strange to me because there's less fabric. But it's probably the cut and the feel of it. It's probably like a really nice shirt.
I think
so.
they're just made with a little more TLC.
This could be true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Couple
The
extra
male
man
shirts are
hours.
like regular Gildan, which is like, kind of probably got that like kind of like
Maybe some
rough feel,
Yeah.
maybe
but it'll get soft after a couple washes.
50%
The
polyester.
women's
No,
shirts,
it's not
there's some
50%.
fancy stuff.
That's
they're
that's
like,
probably the 50% polyester.
they're like
That's
some
what I'm
fancy
saying.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
a little
see.
bit.
That's
Of,
what I'm saying.
a little bit of stretch, a little
Okay.
bit of comfort.
You gotta have a little
feel
more
me?
comfort
You know what I'm
laying
saying?
up on those beautiful bosoms.
Jesus Christ.
So andrewnice.com, see all the merch available. Also, Christian,
Yeah.
you could check out what I have to offer there. If you have a small business and you're looking at videography or
Oh,
you
yeah.
need some photography, you can see some of my work on the website while you're
Check
there
it
cruising
out.
for a T-shirt.
Yeah. I mean, weren't we talking about something you're planning to do too in the near future for small businesses?
Yeah, but I'm gonna roll that out next week
Okay.
once it actually has some physical, tangible
Christian.
work to show you
I'm
guys.
jumping ahead a little bit
Friggin'
here.
blow
Yeah.
the load.
I'm excited.
Listen, dude,
man.
I
I'm
don't let
excited.
you in on trade secrets just so you can blow them out.
No, dude, I'm just excited.
You know?
Friggin' closing his eyes and friggin' blowing
All right,
it
so
out.
we would greatly appreciate it. And listen, we already have sales on the shirts, right? Which is amazing, So I never thought that we would actually get to a point where we could have this podcast be self-sufficient. But, all it takes is a couple of people who get something out of the show to show a little love, to get the wheels going, to have it be self-sufficient instead of us, pulling out of our own pockets for it, which, I don't mind, but eventually it'd be nice to not have to pull. Oh, Jesse, you owe me $20 too.
Do I? I thought we got a sponsor.
Okay, so that's enough of that. So I noticed I had a nail in my tire,
Uh-oh.
right? On Sunday, over the weekend, right? It had a big head on the top, so I was like, okay, like as long as I leave it there,
Yeah.
I'll be good. I'm gonna go to Goodyear. Like, no, dude, it was Sunday. I was like,
A day later, next
yeah, I'll go to Goodyear on Monday. I found the nail on Sunday. I said, I'll go to Goodyear on Monday.
Yeah.
I had $55,000 on these tires. I'm due for 2 new ones, right?
Yeah.
Because I already got the 2 back ones. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. Monday, my routine is I always wake up, check my email, pay some bills, get a little bit of coffee, have some breakfast, do a little work on the computer, and then go to the gym, right? So I do all that. I go to the gym. I get to the gym. I get out of the car.
At the gym yet?
At the gym.
You got a spare in that truck, though, right? Underneath the bed?
Did you go finish your workout first before you handle the truck?
Dude, do you think I'm some kind of
Yeah,
freaking
okay.
amateur?
Okay, just
Okay, you think I'm an amateur because I
No,
wouldn't
I'm
lift before I
asking.
fix it. You think I'm an amateur because I don't know I have a spare.
No, I
I'm
was
just saying,
not.
dude, it's pretty tucked up in there. It's kind of a complicated process to get them out, actually, too.
You got to be certified.
What's
now.
wrong with this guy?
You got to, attach, a bunch of rods, make this long fucking pole, and then stick it in the back bumper, and freaking crank it down. It comes down
Jesse,
a freaking little winch thing, dude. And then basically, what you got to do is take off all the lug nuts, all 5 of them, right?
Oh man, they got to secure it.
Jesse.
They got to secure it up there, huh?
So what'd you do, bud?
Okay, let me tell you. I went in, proceeded to kill my workout, as per usual. Came out, the thing was flat as the dickens.
Flat as the dickens, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Rim on the ground, okay? So the truck has these little lug nuts on them, but they have covers.
Ooh.
Okay?
You're like a screwdriver, right?
Yeah, but there was nothing that came with it, and I didn't have my tools. And I couldn't get the covers off, and the wrench doesn't fit over the covers, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
So, but like you can get the neck size lug wrench up, and it fits, right? So basically, I'm trying to find someone with a truck, anyone with a truck, you know, who has you know, a bigger lug wrench that will fit over the cover, hopefully to get them off, right? Let me tell you this. Last week we were talking about asking for help, right? So I was put in that exact situation where I was forced to ask people to help me. Right, and I have no problem with it. I'll walk right up to you, right, and say, "Hey, look, man, I got an issue. Like, I need a bigger lug wrench. You know, can you help me out?"
That's your exact pitch, though. Like you're just like, "Hey, man, like."
Yeah, I say, "Yo, the covers are stuck. Like, I need a bigger lug wrench. You know, can I see if yours fits mine?"
What'd they say?
This is what I want to talk to you about.
Go ahead, talk about it.
This is the interesting thing, right?
Okay.
So, okay, I'm trying to remember in my head the exact scenario, how many people I asked and who the people were, like what, you know, like what kind of person they were, right? Okay, so first person I asked was a guy. He was in a Toyota Tundra, so I figured, gotta have the bigger wrench, you know what I'm saying? He's got a freaking Tundra, you know? He's very like, I mean, I guess I'll check. Like, kind of annoyed that I was asking just to borrow a wrench. I didn't ask him to do anything.
Right.
I just said, can I just borrow the wrench? You know, he's like, oh, here, man. You know, after like 5 minutes of him rustling around the back, he's like, this is what I got. It didn't fit. Okay, whatever. An old guy's coming out in a Jeep with his wife. Him and his wife are bickering. Wow, they're bickering about something. I say, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Doesn't even say a word to me.
Wow.
Thinks you're fucking panhandling.
Gets in his truck, closes the door, drives away, looks at me as he's driving away, and just peels off.
Wow.
Next guy, Nissan Armada. You know, older guy, maybe 40. Seems like he's with it. You know, like, oh no, man, I don't got a lug wrench. Excuse me? Oh no, I don't got a lug wrench.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so. Like, if you get a flat tire, you just fucking sit there. You call AAA or someone.
We call AAA.
So, and then another guy had an F-150, was really nice. So basically, then I went home, got a wrench that didn't fit, came back, the wrench didn't fit. Finally found someone. Last guy I asked had a Dodge Durango. That bigger wrench fit over the covers. So it took me, you know. Granted, disregard the fact that those first 4 people had the wrong tool, but they didn't want to help.
Right.
You know?
You know how much
it took me to ask 5 people to get one person who was like thoroughly willing to like help me and like, you know, say like, I got you, man. Like whatever you need, you know?
Yeah. You know how different that scenario would be though if you were just like, hey man, flash $100 bill. Like you got a fucking wrench that'll fit this.
Yeah.
I'll
of course.
fucking slide this right in your butt crack. You know, they would freaking be all over helping you, dog.
Yeah, but I just feel like
you're just asking to borrow a tool. You're just asking for a little bit of help. That's it.
Oh no,
Yeah,
people are
like,
scumbags, dude. Probably me.
Well,
wait a second, I forgot about one guy too. There was another guy. He was like, "Oh, no, I gotta go to work." Dude, all I gotta do is borrow your wrench. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like
it's the inconvenience too for a lot of people, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like an inconvenience, you know, but it's like, I was just thinking in my head, you know, like how selfish and self-centered a lot of human beings are. And that, like, you know, it just like, you know, there's people, Gary Vee always talks about like kindness and and like, listen, I kind of like grown out of him, and sometimes he gets a little annoying, you know, the more I listen to it. Now that it's like, you know, but he still says some good shit. It's like kindness, like it goes a long way. It's like it's like a currency, you know. So it's like, even if you can't help just being kind about it, or even if you don't have the right tools, or if you don't have the right, you know, advice, or you don't have, you know, whatever it is that you need to help that person, you can at least be kind.
Yeah.
Take the time, spend with them, and just like.
That's one thing, you know, like, because I'm trying to put myself in the somebody's shoes. I mean, if you're asking me for help with something like that, that's one thing, you know. If I don't have what you need or whatever, I'm still going to be, like, kind, because I'm a genuinely nice person. But if you're coming up to me like, hey, man, I need some fucking money, for some reason I got no patience for that, because I know people
very different scenarios.
Right. I know people get in, like, really shitty situations in life and get in these holes that they, like, can't get out of. But, like, I mean, all three of us were once in a pretty bad off situation and, like, found a way to fucking overcome
No,
it.
I just think like society and culture and like humans in general are just very, very quick to just be very concerned about what's going on in their own world. And like, dude, there's just so many people, you know, and like, you just think about those like day-to-day exchanges that you have with people. And, you know, sometimes it's just like, wow, it's like that person was just so rude. Like, what is their life like to like be that? Like,
I mean, well, karma too plays a big role, and I think that's why like the whole like kindness and all that stuff is, even though it sounds cheesy, and I'm the same way. You know, when I listen to Gary Vee, sometimes I'm kind of like, you know, I've heard the same you know, type of conversations before in the past, but like you said, it's true. And for me, karma is everything. You know, you know, I'm definitely not the perfect person or the most like genuine or I guess kind person ever, but 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 no, I mean, when I can help.
No, you are though. You know,
you are, dude.
Just, you know,
I mean, I'm definitely a little bit more hard on myself for sure, but I mean, yeah.
If you ask like 10 people, you know, they would say.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's definitely true. Kindness is a lot.
So the moral of the story, I mean, is like, you know, you think like, have you ever been stuck on the side of the highway? Have you?
Once, yeah.
Have you?
No, not on the highway, but on the side of the road.
Like, people just drive by you.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of people drive by. And granted, look, I mean, if you're on the highway, I get it. You know, it's dangerous to stop.
It's a motherfucking dog-eat-dog out there, man.
I mean, you could get took. But, like, I mean, think about it. Like, if you're, you know, if there's a lady standing inside of her car with her hazards on, it's like, how many people just whiz by?
Yep.
Instead of just, like, or even just kind of rolling down the window and saying, hey, you know, are you okay? Do you need a hand? You know, so I guess the moral of the story is just, like, maybe next time you see someone in that situation, ask, you know, like, you know, can I help you?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely passed by a couple people like that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't stop. You can't stop.
Yeah.
You know, but like, let's take. Okay, one time Frank and I got into a little accident. We were on the turnpike, right?
Yeah.
Had the underneath of his car got banged up. Dude, we sat there for 10, 15, probably 20 minutes before the police even showed up, right? There must have been, I don't know, 2,000 people who drove by, you know?
Yeah, the highway's got to be probably the worst spot I would have to think to.
Yeah, like you're on your own.
Yeah, you're aspect. But I mean, down here luckily we have that the side road. What is it? Roadside assistance. That's free.
Yeah, roadside assistance. There's the ranger, all that shit. But like when you get into a situation like that, you never have that information on hand to call it. You know.
I got lease plan, dog.
Oh.
Lease plan, roadside assistance.
Oh, you just called.
Yeah, and look, I could have called. I have roadside assistance through my insurance company and probably through Ford, right? But it's like, yo, by the time you go through all that shit.
Yeah. Waiting there for fucking 5 hours.
Yeah, like I could have asked a civilian to help me and cut the time in half. Yeah. And I probably still did, but it took me 6 people to get what I needed. It still took an hour.
Yeah, and that situation is a lot different too, for sure.
Yeah, but like if it was like if I did that and I put in the thing and I could have been waiting there all day. Yeah. You never know. But yeah. So I mean, be kind. You know, kindness goes a long way.
Yeah.
You know,
Karma.
we talked about helping people last week, and like, there was probably like 2 or 3 people who messaged me on Facebook directly, asking me questions about photo, video stuff. So like that was awesome. Like people heard what we were saying. People are reaching out. So be kind, empathy. You know, that shit goes a long way.
100%.
How's your week, bro? I'm pointing at Jesse, like people can see me.
It was okay.
I know you get a little medical situation right now with the girl, which is like, that's the real life shit that happens. People get sick. We end up in the hospital. Emergencies happen. People are unprepared. It's a very unfortunate circumstance.
Well, she's gonna be okay. She's in the right place. She's gotta get her gallbladder taken out.
Yep.
But,
luckily, that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
But that type of stuff is scary, nonetheless. Anytime you end up in the hospital, it's always like
You gotta have
like
surgery.
a reality check. Yeah, especially surgery. You probably get put under for that, right?
Oh yeah.
So you have to go out. They're taking out.
What do they
organ,
call
local anesthetic
laparoscopic surgery? They go with the camera or something.
Laparoscopic.
It starts with an L.
They go in with the camera.
Yeah.
See how bad it is or something.
No, to actually remove it.
Oh, they
Which,
gotta
you know
see
what,
Wait, they removed the organ with a camera?
No.
Well, they go in. They don't like make a big incision and actually open you up. They go like 3 small incisions and go. But then I was thinking, well, how the fuck do they actually get it out of you then?
Cool.
Yeah.
They must just make one decent size incision and pull that bitch out.
So the camera, so they can see what they're doing, what they're cutting out.
Going with the cameras. But work this week, it was rough. We had some people were on vacation, so I was kind of in there by myself all week. Friggin'
Your
slaving
replacement
away.
was on vacation, so you were the replacement. So you had to do 2 jobs this week.
It was good though. It went good. I remembered how hard that job is.
So it's
and
good
how much I
make you
appreciate
exactly.
the
It'll
guy
make you
I got
have a
now.
little more kindness
'cause
and
he's
empathy towards the guys who are working those spots.
He's good at it, and I mean, I'm not bad at it either. But it drives you crazy. There's something about that. It just drives you fucking insane.
So you had a super busy week, topped off with a case of the gallbladder removal.
Yeah, I did get I officially signed paperwork at work though, and I'm officially the operations manager.
Wow, I thought you were gonna get fired. You got
I thought I
promoted
was
again.
gonna get fired. They showed up, and I'm like, oh shit, this is it, dude.
That's
I
it.
better start unloading
you see guys
the
with
car.
the suits and shit come in, the suitcases.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, I'm
No,
fricked.
I'm
And they give you a raise.
I was like, frick, dude.
Dude, that's
No, but
awesome. Congrats, dude.
It was good.
Hell yeah.
It's already gone to my head. I've been yelling at people all week.
That's not good.
No, but I think my biggest weakness in management is like knowing when to like put your foot down and like, because I kind of am like the type of person that like I get along with everybody and stuff, but sometimes certain people want to take advantage of that shit and start drifting off the fucking straight and narrow, and it's like, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
So I went on a few tears this week with not necessarily my employees, but some customers. I was flipping the fuck out on people, and it felt fucking good. I got in a few arguments. It was great. Great stuff.
Did they deserve it, or was it just you just acting out?
Oh, they deserved it.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
One of them was maybe my fault. No, I'm just kidding. Nothing major. It's just
another week, dude.
just another freaking
Got
week,
you, Chris.
dude.
What happened with you, dude?
It was good, man. I mentioned earlier. I was able to replace a condenser fan motor. So I've been going on like a lot of preventative maintenance like accounts that we have, and they're commercial. So it's like big, sometimes hotels, sometimes office buildings. So it could be 2 units. It could be like 200 units that we got to service. So, I've been doing that a lot more. And on this last one, I found a condenser fan motor. For those who don't know, it's basically just your outside unit. Now, these are package units, so it's kind of everything together. It's on a rooftop unit. But yeah, so I noticed one of them was not working. I tried a couple different things to like troubleshoot it, like because it's got a capacitor that you need to run both of them. But
plaster.
a flux capacitor. But yeah, so it was cool. I got the bid or the quote from the office. I went downstairs, talked to the guy. Gave him the quote. He was like, yeah, whatever needs to be done. And I came back the next day and was able to to do it. And I had to call one of my coworkers once to verify one thing, but it was cool, man. It was cool to like take something apart and put it back together and it actually turn on. So that was.
I messaged you a few times this week saying I love fixing problems.
Yeah.
I love figuring out shit and that's except for with my jet ski. That's just a nightmare when you got problems.
Yeah.
Dude.
You get any closer?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close. It should be done by the end of the week.
I really wanted to ride this weekend. I got to make sacrifices. I'm not going to be able to be there.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen this weekend.
I'll be in the hospital all day tomorrow.
So, took apart the outside unit, replaced the fan and
the motor. Yeah.
The motor. That's sick, dude. What causes the motor to just old age?
Yeah, old age. I mean, it could also be a capacitor that goes bad. So if you like replace a motor and then the capacitor goes bad, then there's not going to get any juice to it to actually kick on. So
flux capacitor.
Were you sweating out there?
Dude, it was fucking hot the past couple days. Yeah, and
past couple months, bud.
Well, no, but I'm not always on roofs. Like it's maybe depending on where I'm working. But yeah, I was on the roof all fucking day, and it was hot. So
yeah.
I was getting burnt, but it was cool, man. I like doing that type of shit, so I can put up with I just gotta drink a lot of water. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, gotta stay hydrated out there.
100%.
Gotta stay hydrated out there.
So last week we were supposed to talk about Rich Dad Poor Dad. We kind of got off track. We got it was a longer episode than we had planned on. We got some time now, so we're gonna talk about this, and then that'll probably be it for the evening because we all have had a long day here. But so you're finished.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it, but I'm on chapter 8 or 9, which is pretty close to the end.
Pretty much.
I think I'm on like 7.
Jesse hasn't read a book since
Dude,
2006.
lies, dude. Don't freaking lie to our listeners.
It's fake
Tell
news.
me what your overall synopsis and kind of, I guess you can say your opinion or what you think about the philosophy of that book as a whole.
It's a great book, man. Like what I got out of it basically is like the author, I think his name's Robert, right? I think Robert, something like that.
Robert Redford.
Hawaiian gentleman.
Yes, Hawaiian gentleman. He was talking about basically he's got 2 fathers. So one of them is his actual father, who he considers poor dad, and the other one is his best friend's dad growing up, and he considers him the rich father. So basically the whole premise that, from what I gathered is basically 2 completely separate ideas as far as like how to look at finance, how to look at money, how to interpret all that stuff. Like his poor dad never brought up any sort of like financial conversations at the table, always was like, get a good job that, will give you benefits, will give you 401k, basically just take like the safe route, the route that like go to school. And his rich dad was basically the one who was like an entrepreneur. He had his hands in like, several different companies. And at the time he was like, he was making, I don't know if he was making less money, but just like the way he thought about stuff, like his vocabulary was different. He never liked to use, what was it? I can't afford this or whatever the saying was. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that part where he talked about, he's like, I don't ever say I can't afford. What does he say in place of it? I can't afford it yet.
No, I think it's.
Or I don't know how to afford or something like that.
I think he asked, how can I afford it? So basically.
Yeah. How can I afford it?
Yeah.
So you get like your mind. So basically he wanted you to to think
like
about.
Thought process.
Yeah. Like instead of, because I can't, he was basically saying like, that means that's
closing
it.
the door.
That's it. Yeah. There's no option. There's no opportunity.
I don't think like that.
So
I closed so many doors, dude.
It was cool, man. It had me thinking about like my own financial situation, like budgeting, and dude, for a little bit there, for a couple of days, I was like going off the wall, talking to like a few people that are in real estate and like.
Yeah. And then you realize that you just overdrafted your freaking bank account. But look, it's not
for real,
like
though, for real. 4 times.
I'm thinking about investing in a property,
4 times.
But it's one of those books where you
Bad.
could definitely take things from and apply them into your life.
100%.
And I just love the first chapter, man, when they're like 9 years old and
Yeah,
they're like
yeah.
talking to their dad about working, and they work for 3 pennies. You know what story? When they talk about the comic books, right? They used to used to work all Saturday, right, for 30 cents, 10 cents an hour, right? They'd go and then they would spend it on comic books right away, right? So they went through, a couple weeks of that, and they were like, man, like I'm not, I don't have enough money. What am I going to do? Like, they ask for a raise. The dad says no. They realize that the store has comic books, right? And after the comic books, what is it? They sit on the shelf for so long they don't sell.
And they cut
They cut the front cover off, and then they send them back to the
comic, like whoever the distributor is or something.
They send them back somewhere, yeah. They get rid of the comic books, and he was like, "Well, where do those comic books go?" And she's like, "Oh, well, we just get rid of them." So he takes all those comic books that don't have the cover and starts a comic book library and charges kids a couple cents a day or whatever it is, like 3 cents or whatever it is a day to come in for 3 hours after school, and you read all the comic books you want. So instead of buying a comic book and then it's sitting there, he started a comic book library, and he was like
killing it.
He was crushing it. So he was working at the store, making the 30 cents, and like to me, I think that's what like encompasses that book kind of as a whole. It's like looking for opportunities where you think they may not lie, looking for things that the average person wouldn't see. So I love that story, and in those first couple of chapters, I was like so like tuned in and focused into the book, and then it gets they start talking about assets and liabilities, which is all I got is fucking liabilities, dog.
You're telling me, man. You're telling me. But I think the reason why I mention it too is I think I'm probably a good representation of like a lot of people, like they read a book or whatever, and then you like, or at least I'll just speak for myself, I got like those like grandiose ideas and like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then when talking to one of my very, very close, actually Maddie, who was on the show like early on, I think episode 3, yeah. So I was talking to him, and he was kind of like, he's like, dude, because he owns his house and he's got in a pretty good situation, but he's like, dude, but you have a bunch of debt, and you don't have your own financial like stuff figured out. So basically he was just kind of like, reminding me, and I need that, and that's why I'm talking to people is like, to kind of, before I can like start to build on like whatever I'm trying to do, I need to figure out my actual foundation first, because like he said, I have a fucking bunch of debt. I don't have my finances figured out, so how can I,
Yeah, you want to run the books for a company, you can't run your own,
Right, exactly. So
how are you gonna learn how to live if or live with someone else if you don't know how to learn
to live with yourself?
As they say, a cow makes milk.
Well, you can lead the horse to the drink, but you can't water
the hooves.
Yeah.
So I think it was cool that we started with the little book project, and every once in a while, like I want to like do that, and I didn't finish this one yet. I gotta start.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not driving 2 hours every day anymore.
Yeah.
So like, did you listen to it or read it?
Yeah, no, I listened to it.
When do you listen to it?
I'm listening a lot now. I listen to it basically. I mean, while I'm at work, which it depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm by myself and I can kind of, because a lot of the stuff I need to kind of listen for like belts and there's certain things that you can hear.
Yeah.
So,
I can't do it at work either.
Yeah, but
I can do it on the way. I only got 20 minutes on the way, 20 minutes on the way back. But I'm always listening to something. It's very rare that I listen to music in the car anymore, because I'll usually listen to music at work. But what about like podcasts and stuff? Have you guys been listening to?
Dude, I haven't listened to podcasts in a while. I've been just straight audibles.
Dude, you gotta tune in to Business and Biceps.
Yeah.
Business and Biceps and The Secret to Success is what I've been on.
I think I'm in the same kick as you though. Like I don't drive a lot anymore like I used to. I mean sometimes I will, but so it's kind of like, I guess my attention span, I'm like, dude, like it's an hour. It's gonna take me like 5 days.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, and then you go back and you have like a whole bunch of episodes that you never even finished,
Yeah.
which I'm sure people do with our show.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, look, if I can get in 20 to 30 minutes of an hour episode, that's better than
That's true.
just staring at the fucking windshield wipers.
That's true.
You know, I mean, shit, 20 minutes, you're guaranteed to hear something that's
least,
gonna
yeah.
fucking spice up your day.
Dude, I haven't been listening to shit except for Howard Stern, but
Yo, how
I do really like that guy that Swenson's into.
with the mullet.
Yeah, Theo Vaughn. Dude, he's got a podcast.
He's in love with him, dude.
He's great though. He's got a podcast called This Past Weekend, and it's just you have to listen to it. He's a wordsmith, dude.
He sends me clips all the time.
Says the funniest shit and most random. Like he takes like a very simple scenario, and just like vocalizes it in a very unique way. I don't think anybody else can.
Damn, he's got 118 episodes too.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's been
certified
doing it for a minute.
Yeah, Swenson's always sending me clips of the podcast.
He is hilarious, dude.
Shout out to
It's
Swens.
great.
What's the
Hey,
what is it like? Is it?
It's
like,
kind of like about nothing.
It says what happened this past weekend, and sometimes what happened on other days.
Yeah, like he just talks about like random shit, and then he's got
kind of just like
like
what we
people
do.
call in and like leave him voicemails. So then he'll play voicemails, and then he like pauses it and breaks shit down, and then it like. But his brain is like all over the place. Like he'll be talking about something, and the next thing he's telling stories from like high school, and just
I'll throw him a sub and I'll check it out.
I'm not kidding, dude. Check it out.
I'll throw him a sub. I'll check it out.
Yo,
He's
check it
legit,
out,
dog.
dude. Legit.
Casey Neistat hit 10 million subscribers on YouTube.
Who the fuck is that?
Neither of you guys know who he is.
Casey who?
Oh my.
Oh, that's that
God.
guy you were watching the other week.
Oh dear Lord, help us,
It's the weird looking guy.
bro. He'll put a video up and like in a matter of minutes have like 100,000, 200,000 views. Like his videos are.
What's it about?
It's probably like I would say like a lifestyle thing.
Mhm.
He just has like a vlog and some other
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
But he's like not he's very sincere and it's all like real. It's not he's not clowning at all.
Yeah.
He interviewed this guy Logan Paul. Did you hear about his video on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this real quick. Logan Paul went to China to the suicide forest.
I seen that.
Yeah.
He got
and he
crucified online.
Yes,
for
he
that.
found a dead body.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he filmed it and was like being lighthearted and joking with his fucking posse in the
Yeah.
forest and posted it on YouTube. He was jumping on fucking cars with Pokemon
Yeah,
costumes
dude.
and shit
I don't
in China,
really.
being culturally insensitive and shit like that. Like
Logan Paul's banging that chick from Marvel's
Jess,
Agents of Shield.
that's where your
dude.
mind
She's
goes, dude.
Agents of Shield.
Yeah, I
He
like
found a
that
dead
show.
body in the forest and put it on YouTube and was
I
being
follow him on
extremely
Instagram.
insensitive. And you go to who he's having sex with?
Well, I follow him on Instagram, dude, and I watch that show.
So what do you
Agents of
guys think
S.H.I.E.L.D.
about him posting the video?
I think the video was dumb. I mean,
I
like,
think, dude, he's just like that Casey dude. He's just fucking lifestyle
No,
shit.
no,
He's
no,
fucking
no,
got
no,
his
no,
own
no.
clothing company.
They're very different.
He's a very successful fucking dude.
Yeah, and
from,
he's like 22.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's a go-getter, and I think
17 million followers on Instagram.
Dude, if I had that much money and that many people following me, and I made all I did was fucking make videos, I'd probably make a mistake or two, you know. And
Yeah, his whole thing was he was like, dude, like I'm a content creator. I make videos. I was in the mode of filming, and my crew and me, we'd go, we film, we put it up. You know, so we went, we filmed, and we put it up. We didn't even think, you know, and like.
today's
I don't
society
know.
is like very.
No, I don't follow him. I don't watch it. The
Yeah.
only reason why I saw that was because Casey and I knew about the video because I had seen it pop up back when it came out before it got
It's all over
taken off.
Snapchat and everything.
Yeah. So like that's how I know. But like yeah, I mean.
Dude, I say give the guy a fucking break, you know? Let him live.
I mean, I respect the hustle for sure, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not perfect by any means, but it's just kind of dumb to me. Like I get it. You know, you got a lot of people that subscribe and that's what they want. That's where your audience is, your demographics is.
Yeah.
And they like that. Obviously, it's working. He's making money off of it. He's making a killing.
Yeah, he called
but-
himself a product of the social media machine or something like that.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like literally like all these Instagram famous people, like, but in my mind, there's other ways to make money, and I mean, again, he's
well,
making.
if you have yes, but if you have an audience like that
Yeah.
too, you could definitely
Just capitalize.
show them what you know how you live in a tasteful way and not disrespect other people or other cultures.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah. And Jesse says, "Give the guy
I
a
say,
break."
fucking
I mean, yeah,
let him live, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say if
I don't know,
if I put a spotlight on my life and fucking I had 10 million people fucking following me and watching everything, I'm sure there'd be something that fucking
Somebody would have murdered you already.
somebody would have
You'd
fucking
be dead.
had-
You've
You
been
know,
done
would
for.
be freaking. I don't know. I don't want to say what I want to say.
All right. So remember, this episode was brought to you by
Ooh.
dsquaremedia.net,
Get it?
specializing in small business branding, graphic design, website
Get
design,
it.
logo design,
Get it?
whatever you guys need. This is not a local thing, although he does specialize in small business branding. That's one of the things that he likes, is passionate about. But go to dsquaremedia.net. You guys can check his stuff out. If you like his work, reach out to him. Let him know that you found out about him through the Everyday Hustle podcast, and you'll receive 10% off your total package, whatever you get.
Get it?
I've had him do a logo for me. He spruced up my website. It's amazing work. So thank you all for listening. And also, Christian has one thing, and I have one more thing. So fire away, dude.
Just wanted to say to Kat, shout out to Kat for commenting on our Instagram post that we posted earlier. We haven't read the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene yet, so unfortunately we don't want to talk about it.
So we'll add that to our list, and you
Yeah.
and I will read it, and we'll go through it, and Jesse will make fun of us as we're doing it
Yeah.
about how he hasn't read a book since
Yeah,
2006.
dude. I
And
think I
then
might do
to Abel, shout out to Abel too with Chop Culture.
Yo, Abel Delgado.
Crypto, we don't really have too much info on that either, but Danny with D Squared Media next week.
Next week, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're going
Next
to talk
week,
about
next week.
mortgages. We're going to talk
Ooh.
about.
Next week.
So
So, and then also remember, if you guys want to show us a little bit of love, I mean, look, $10, $15, get you a mug, get you a shirt. Show us a little bit of support, help us keep the podcast moving. We want to keep it moving. I had a goal of keeping this thing going for a whole year. I ain't stopping until I get to the year. Doesn't matter if it loses money, makes money. We're gonna be here, but helping it be self-sufficient is a goal of mine as well. So, andrewnyce.com/shop. That's
Get it.
ANDREWNYCZ, like New York City Zoo.com/shop. Pick yourself up a shirt, mug, show a little love.
Oh,
New
I like
York
that.
City Zoo.
Thank you all for listening. See you next week.
Don't
Get it.
die.